Ha! Getting out qualified by some scrub. Who's this Tony Stewart guy? Honestly, what a bum. Talladega is up next in our iRacing series. So here we are, guys, and we're actually in a special paint scheme of the Bud car. So just in honor of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s final race at Homestead, which was pretty cool. We qualified 5th, which was not really the best, but it does take time to get working at Talladega. So our first race, hopefully everything goes pretty well and pretty smoothly. And oh god damn it, that's not. Nope, that's definitely not smooth. That is definitely not smooth at all. Well, we can see what happened here on the replay, and basically it's just bad luck. I mean, we can't do anything about that. We're just running our own line, and some idiots just can't learn how to bump properly on the first lap, not even up to full speed, and we get taken out in our first race. You can see here from this is the best angle. Right here, you're gonna see the tap. There he goes, right into me, and takes out some contenders. Lap 1 coming out of turn 2. And I was not very pleased about that at all. So we just move on to the second race. We did not even finish that race. I was too ticked off to even try it. But this is what we get for trying to do Talladega. So this is the second race we qualify on pole. So a good start to the race. And now we've already into the race a little bit. And we are just leading the pack. Nothing really going on. And we're just trying to stay patient. Just, lead the pack at Talladega, which we're doing in the Bud car, which I always thought was pretty fitting, and one of my favorite Bud cars. If you guys know what that car is from, you should know it is from the 2005 Daytona 500, I think. It's the Born On date. So we go on a little bit later into the race, and we have Justin in front of us. I don't know who he is, but I just know his name is Justin, and he was a pretty good racer, and he's in front of us. We're just pushing him along, and remember, this is our first race at Talladega. We have a lap car that is kind of, iffy, so we have to be careful there. But this is our first race at Talladega where we actually get experience. I mean, we weren't, I didn't have any practice at Talladega. I was still learning, so we tried being very careful here. And qualifying on the pole is very important because that leads us to be very, able to be very conservative. And right there you saw a little bit of a spin as the leader got spun by Justin on the front end. Now, that was not Justin's fault. The leader was actually moving all over the place, but the entire pack is able to avoid it, and that leader just spins out and on his way. It was his fault. If you can't hold the bottom, then expect to get spun. So you have to play a part in being able to hold the bottom, so the car behind you can push you properly. And the outside line was able to get a little bit of a run, and I'm just staying on the bottom, but Justin's able to fight back there, and we remain 1-2. So it's just me and him. We're just chilling, and we're coming up here to another pack or another lap car. You're gonna see him right there as he that's very risky, and then Justin comes down a little bit, and we are very, very close to wrecking. Should have wrecked right there. The story behind that lap car is apparently that lap car was always a douche, so apparently people warned us about him, and I guess we didn't really take it seriously, and it was definitely a lot of craziness. We have a car below the yellow line and all that stuff, and it was nuts. You can see right here again, we're going to come up to the lap car, and he's just going to be really just bad with trying to get out of the way. He just didn't try to get out of the way. He just stayed right in the middle, and then the 4 and the 2 make contact. We're the 2, so we make contact. And we're able just to somehow, just escape from it. And don't really know how, but we were able to. We get pushed from behind. The black 19 is below the yellow line for some reason. And just craziness that is with every Talladega race. And then the 10 right there almost comes down. But like I said, able to escape. We were getting really lucky. I mean, I wasn't really happy with the way the pack was racing, but we were getting lucky. We were getting away with it, and we continue on, get the 4 to come back in line. I told him to drop down, and we continue to push him along. A little bit later in the race, we decided to calm down a little bit. Everyone was like, all right, let's chill. We're coming up to a pair of lap cars, a little group, and me and the 4, we just split straight through the middle. And, at Talladega, when you're able to race with someone you trust, that's the good thing. So we were able to trust this 4 car, and we would just continue pushing him along. And I was happy being in second because, like I said, this was our first kind of race. Now, we're coming, I think we have about 4 laps to go here. And we are trying to plan a move. You see I backed out of the throttle there because I wanted to make a move, and watching this back, I don't know why I didn't make a move there. You saw I stayed right on the bottom. Maybe I was scared because I didn't have any experience. I didn't know how that high line would work, but now we have a car to our outside, and now we're kind of boxed in. So I have to try to push this 4 car as hard as I can to get me clear so I can maybe make a move. And right there, we're still not clear, so there's no way I can move up the track. And I really think we made a mistake not going for it at that time where I had the run. I had a beautiful run, and I don't remember what was going through my mind, but I should have definitely made a move there, and I never made the move. Life lessons. I've done it before in real life, so don't worry about that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then good for you. But yeah, we just continue pushing along. We're coming to 3 to go here, and I think we're coming to 2 to go here. So this is 2 laps to go, and the urgency is really going. We're just trying to push, get Justin out in front, get him cleared of the top lane, and get me cleared of the top lane. But you can see we don't have any help behind, so there's no one on my back bumper. There's nothing I can do to help Justin a little bit more, get pushing forward. So I'm right on his bumper. We're continuing to push, and then we come out of turn 4, 2 laps to go, and we hook him and cause a wreck. And I will be the first one to say it was my fault. He wasn't mad, but you can see from here it's very slight, and you know, in real life that wouldn't happen because I was still, you know, on his bumper. But in the game, there's a little hook with these cars, and it just turned him. So we finished 4th in the race, and it was kind of unfortunate. Now, we get to the part of the race where we look to my right, and I'm shitting myself, because guess who that is? That is Tony Stewart. So this was a cool lobby where we were able to race with Tony Stewart. Just some scrub, you know, that got beat by a nobody in qualifying, so it is what it is. But he was able to look at him. He's in the 7 car in the Mobile 1 car. We're in the 16 of the Bud car, so technically, if he remembers his restricted play days, he'd be friends with us because, you know, the Bud and Tony would always draft together. But as you can see, this is still the first lap, and Tony's going to go down the high lane. He's going to get a little bit of a push. I'm getting a slight push, but you know, it looks like the top lane is going a little bit more. And you can see there's a 3rd lane already forming, so guys want to be a little bit aggressive, knowing Tony Stewart is in the lobby. And a little bit of 3-wide racing while me and Tony go side by side for the lead. Now, like I said, I was so nervous during this race because I've never really raced like a real race car driver, so that was kind of cool. And you see Tony Stewart gets clear of me right there, and we're all still 3 wide. And he wants to come down. He's trying to block both lanes a little bit, and he'll eventually come down here, and we're going to give him a shot that, now that I look back at it, this shot right here sent him squirrely a little bit, and I could have easily hooked him, but we were able to back off there and not hook him, which was very, 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 very important. Now we're just chilling with Tony, and he's going to try and make a move here that completely takes out the field. Oh, man, Tony. Let's take a look at that again. And like I said, I was happy being behind him. I was happy being nice and chill. And he tries doing a move that just was not there. And there go a couple of guys to their death, including Tony. I mean, that's pretty bad. And let's look at it from his cockpit view. Now, I see what he's going for, but in iRacing with people you don't race with often, I would never make that move. And yeah, those guys just didn't see he was there. I saw the gap he was going for. He definitely was trying to go for something, but he just wrecked the leaders right there, and we carried on, no damage whatsoever. And now we're leading the pack, and unfortunately we don't get to race with Tony Stewart anymore. That's what I wanted, but leading the pack, we got the 5 car behind us, who was a good ally throughout the race. The 3 car up there as well in the top lane, and we're just leading. And since we had 1 race of experience already under our belts, I really wanted to kind of test the waters in this race here. So you can see here the 5's going to go on the outside, and I'm not really comfortable with blocking yet, so I didn't want to block him, and that's something that I'm going to have to learn, you know, as more restricted play races go through, how to block, when to block, and what is okay to block, and not really comfortable to do that yet. So we get passed by 3 cars there, but it's okay. We're going to get back to the inside line, and we should be okay. Now, we go to the outside line here. We're going to get a little bit of shove from the car behind us, who was a really good pusher, and he was able to shove us a little bit as we're hooked up here. And now we're going to keep going on this high lane. This is my first time ever really racing in the high lane. The 3 car is going to come up. And we're going to say, nah, B, get that shit out of here, because I do not want to be pushing anyone. I want to go straight to the lead on the high side. So the 3 car to fall back to the bottom lane. You know, we have a little bit of momentum. We have a pretty good momentum going here coming out of turn 2, and then heading into turn 3 on the same lap. The 13 is shoving us. He gets off our bumper a little bit, so we get back to the bottom. Now here we are with 3 laps to go, and we are running second. Now remember the second race where we had that run on the leader and I never pulled it? That was in my mind here. We had experience, got a race under our belt. We're coming out of 2, and boom! Get that shit straight up to the high lane, get the shove, get the pass, or the push to get past the leader, and here we go, getting a nice shove from the 2 car. And that reminded me of something that my idol did, and this is where it came from, 2007.
Coming with a good push from behind, I used that momentum, and this is when I get the run on Jimmy, and they were telling me that 20 had to run the outside, and I jumped up there and I looked up my mirror and said, wow, that worked out good.
Hey, how long?
Unfortunately, I didn't do exactly what my idol did, because he did it on the last lap, entering 3, or late down the backstretch, and I was still not comfortable blocking. So there goes the 2 car on our high side drafts us, and he's able to get the shot through, and he's able to pass us, and we're coming to 2 to go at the line. And I was happy I pulled the move off, but not really pulled the move. We didn't really do it exactly. So here we are with 2 laps to go, and we're trapped. This is the problem. So we got to shove these 2 in front of us to hopefully get ourselves clear so we can move up high. We're able to do that. Coming to the white flag, we move up to the high lane. White flag is out. We're going to go for this win no matter what. And the 5 car, who was my friend for most of the race, did not want to go with me, and he leaves us out to dry, which I didn't really agree with. But I made the pass on him, so it's understandable. Here comes the 3. The 3 tries going above us, and then we have another car trying to come behind us. He gives us a shot right there. The 3's out to dry. We're getting a little bit of a shove here on the final lap. The front 3 guys are not doing anything. They seem content to just, I guess, stay there. And we're coming through 3 and 4 on the final lap. I'm waiting for someone to make a move. I'm still trying to win the race, but no one wants to make a move. No one still is making a move. The 4 car is not leaving the 2, and they want to be content little babies, as we then get hooked in the left rear by an idiot that can't hold his line. And there we go. We wreck and finish 10th. We should have been 4th. We finished 10th. And you can look here. I did get turned. I didn't move my lane. The white lines are there. Boom. I get turned. And the 3 babies running the top 3 didn't want to win the race because none of them are competitive enough. So I guess that's how iRacing is at Talladega sometimes, because no one wants to win and everyone wants just to be content. And I don't really appreciate that. So to those guys, you all suck. Have a good day.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.